When you create a Taskfeed task from a case, you have to select a pre-existing board and also a list that exists within that board. So it's up to you whether you want to pull all your support tasks, in other words, tasks that you create from a case in a generic board for cases, or if you want to allocate it on its account board. This is because you can associate a single task to more than one record in Salesforce at the same time. So in this video, I'll show you a couple of examples and you can choose which way works best for you and your team. So first, let me walk you through some of the setup process and I'll give you lots of tips along the way as well. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to create that lookup relationship in Taskfeed Task with case. So in Object Manager, find Taskfeed Task, select, go to Fields and Relationships, click New. The type is lookup relationship of the new field, select Next, and we're going to select case. You can optionally enter a description and a help text, and you can also optionally create a filter to limit the number of records available. So if you do select an existing case from the Taskfeed task, maybe you want to filter it by the related account that you already have on the task. So you can select Next and skip through those parts and Next to save. Next, we want to add case to the field sets on the Taskfeed task. The first field set that we're going to select is the Edit Modal field. Edit Modal field is the little pop-up window inside the Taskfeed tab when you create or edit a Taskfeed task. So you definitely want to include case in there so you can select an existing case to associate to a task. In this area, just find case from the palette and drag and drop onto the page layout, and then save. Next, we're going to select Record Detail pane. That's where we see more information about the task in the Taskfeed tab on the side. So find case, drag and drop onto the field set page, and click Save. And that's it for this part. Next, I'm going to show you how to create a custom label in Taskfeed Task to display the case number when there is a case associated with that task. So this can be done from the user interface. You don't need a system administrator to do this for you. So you can go to the app launcher and find the Taskfeed custom label object. And Taskfeed admin users have permission to do this. So find Taskfeed custom label and we're going to create a new label. Click New to create a new custom label. I'm going to name it Case. If you don't have other custom labels, the order doesn't really matter, so I'm going to skip this part. And for the record to reference, instead of current task, I'm going to select case. And it will auto-populate case number. That's what I want to display. You can change the label font color and the background. You can also put a little icon next to it. And when you hover over the label icon information, it will tell you the compatible icons and the names that you can use for it. So I'm using briefcase for case, and that will give me a little briefcase icon, and I'm changing the label font to blue. So now when I have a related case to my task, I will see it on the task card in the Taskfeed tab. The next thing I'm going to show you is actually from the case record page. We're going to make it easier for people to create a new task from a case record in Salesforce. So I'm selecting an existing case record here so you can see what it currently looks like. And I'm going to modify this page layout so we can easily find not only related Taskfeed tasks As you can see, we can create a new case from here, but I want to make it very obvious to people so they can easily create a new task from this area over here that I have currently blank. So to do this, we're going to edit this page in Lightning. So the easiest way to do this is from a case record, and you can select the cog at the top to edit the page in Lightning Experience. So edit page, that will take you to the Lightning app builder in Salesforce. What I want to do is add a single related list to that section, and that will be the Taskfeed Task related list, and it will give me the option to create a new task as well. So just drag and drop from the components area onto that desired area. That's where I want to do. Select Taskfeed Tasks, and instead of default, I want to use the enhanced list, and everything else looks fine. And then you can save, and if you haven't saved this before, you're going to also have to activate the page. So let's go back to the case record and see what it's going to look like. So there you go. That's my Taskfeed Task related list, and you can easily create a new task from here. So I'm going to create a task as an example. And for this first example, I'm going to put it on a board that I already have associated with the same account. In this case, it's Oceanic Airlines, which is the account associated with that case. I'll also set it to the not started list, and I can put some more information as needed. I can set a start date and an end date. And I'm going to assign it to somebody else and put a little Taskfeed category. And there you go. You can see the information about the task. The next thing I'm going to show you is how you can add a little shortcut in the related list area there for Taskfeed Task inside case to access this task within the board. So we're going to put a little field that says open task, and we'll give you a link to quickly go to Taskfeed from here. So this is also done in the setup from the case. Instead of edit page, we're going to select edit object, and we're going to modify the page layout. So select page layout and select the case layout, and we're going to go to the related list section of the case page layout. Drag all the way to the Taskfeed Tasks area and select the little wrench tool, and we are going to put that open ... field a little bit closer to the top because Salesforce only displays the first 3 or 4 fields. So let's put it all the way to the top over there and click OK to save. Then save the page layout, and let's go see what it's going to look like. Now it's easy to open this task on the board from the case record. And I'm going to go ahead and put this task in progress. Now, the next trick I'm going to show you is how you can add a little field set within cases to see more information about this case from the Taskfeed task when there's a case associated with a task record. So as you can see, we are looking at information about the task on the side pane. We can create a little field set for the case to show us a little bit more than just the case name or number. So we do this by going to setup and creating a new field set from the case object. So an object manager for the case object. select field set, and let's create a new field set. You have to label this field set record detail pane and name, and then where is this field used? It has to be Taskfeed. Taskfeed will then recognize this. The next step is to drag and drop all of the case fields that are relevant to you onto the field set. So things like case number, case owner, description, status, anything that may be relevant to you and you want to see more information about, just drag and drop onto this area and then click Save when you're done. Now that you have that field set, when you have a case associated with a task and you click on the label, you will see more information on the record detail pane about this case without having to leave Taskfeed. Now for my next trick, I'm going to show you an example of a Taskfeed task that I'm going to create from a case, but instead of putting it on a board that is associated with that account, I'm going to put it on a board that I monitor support requests across many different accounts. So I'm here in Salesforce in my case related list, and I'm going to select an existing case to create a task from it. So let's go ahead and just like in the step before, I'm going to create a new task for this case. This time, I'm going to select a board that I have to monitor support requests, and I'm going to put this in the not started list. And I'm going to assign Daniel as the owner, put a little category, the same as I do, but I'm also going to associate it with this case's account just so I can keep record of the account associated with the case from the task level as well. And you can add more detail, description, and save when you're ready. Now let's see what this task looks like on my support request board. So as you can see, I already had another task in there and it belongs to a different account. So another trick I'm going to show you is to create another custom label on Taskfeed to display the account name on the task card to make things easy when we have tasks from different accounts on the same board. So just go to Taskfeed custom label and we're going to create a new custom label for the account name. So click New to create a new custom label, and I'm going to call this Account, and this time you can put an order, and instead of current task it's account, and we want to display the account name. And same as before, you can put a little icon and a font color. I'm going to use a building as my icon, and I am going to leave black and white for my background color and my font color. So now we can view the account name on the task card for each of these tasks, which is very convenient. The next thing that I'm going to create is a nice little custom list view for Taskfeed tasks with cases on it. So from the Taskfeed tab, I can view only my tasks that have a case on it. So go to Taskfeed Tasks to create this list view, and then we're going to display it in Taskfeed tab. So click New on the cog to create a new list view and name your list view, and also you want to make sure that other people can also see this list view because it may be relevant to them. Let's select the filters next. So click the Filters tab and add a filter, and I want to see only tasks that have a case in it. So for case does not equal blank. I also don't want to see archived or complete tasks for this view, so add additional filters. And one is for complete equals false, and the other one for archived equals false. So you don't see tasks that may not be relevant to you. Next, we want to make sure we have a few fields displaying here. The most important one being board. So you want to put the board where it belongs to. Any other information that may be relevant for you here, you can go ahead and select. But once you create this list view in Taskfeed Tasks, it will also be available in the Taskfeed tab, and I will show you where. So go to the Taskfeed tab, and on the red icon over there where you can see all of the task list views, select the list view you just created. So mine is tasks with cases, and as you can see, I'm only seeing my tasks that have cases in it, and it's ordered in chronological order, so I have a task starting later. There you go. And it has filtered it very nicely for us. And that's how you can associate tasks with an existing case and all the functionality around it.